Hello everybody, Accureye here, and welcome back to Accureye 101 Overwatch. Well, Accureye's 101 tips for Overwatch. Talking about all the characters and all the playable characters and whatnot. So in today's video, we will be talking about Orsis, who is of course one of the many tanks that you can play as currently in Overwatch. And so that is exactly who we are going to be playing today. Orsis is a tank as it is, and the thing that makes her kind of different among other tanks is that she has a really heavy set of armor. Like, her armor is extremely heavy, to be honest. Like, there are very few tanks who can not only be super offensive, but also can be, give or take, very, very, powerful in defense. So, as it is, Orsis is one of the few characters who are basically like that. And you'll basically see this as we of course progress into this match. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right on into the game. Now, there are a few things that I never noticed about Orsis. One of them is, how is it that she's able to shoot how does she create her bullets? I mean, I don't really understand, because if you noticed it, when she's shooting her gun, there is, she's just literally, creating, I guess, a plasma blast reaction or something like that. But, And for those of you who do play Overwatch, what is your favorite character? If I haven't already answered that question, if you haven't answered that question before, and you haven't actually watched any of my videos before, feel free to answer that. But anyway, as you can see here, she has a small shield, which acts as a little bit of a protective layer. But as you can see, her gun, with 150 bullets, I mean, her gun pretty much can rip apart any enemy, given that they're not prepared for, for the onslaught. I mean, anyone who is basically not prepared for the onslaught, you'll see that Orsis pretty much can rip them apart. And that is it can be super devastating for, for anybody, going forward, and that's just it, that's the thing, is that Orsis, I mean, she is devastating when it comes down to, just the in general, handling of things. So, and you can see here that one of her moves is being able to hold position, or I think what it does is it pretty much armors up. It pretty much armors you up. That's what I believe it does. It's meant to basically be an armor up, or while she says holding position, I think what that move does is it basically causes her to armor up, or bolster her defense. And I believe that's what Orsis does when it comes to if you heard her say holding position, basically that's what it does. Is it's meant to bolster your armor. But there, I mean, oh my goodness, I cannot believe I can't believe that Reinhardt charged me like that. I mean, that was hilarious. Now, you'll see her ultimate here, as I have her ultimate. One of the greatest things about her ultimate, and you'll see it here, is that it, for some reason, does boost her up all your, all your team in motion. It boosts their damage. I mean, it's a great little bit of a so-called support mode, or support move, for those of you who are wondering. I mean, and so as you can see, round one, we pretty much lost. I mean, it's whatever, you know. It's okay, whatever, you know. I understand that sometimes you lose, like, it's just whatever. But you'll see it here as we move into round 2. Orsaria, I really pull through with her, and you know, Orsaria is one of those tanks that really do surprise me. I mean, you know, I don't expect Orsaria to be, you know, sorry about the yawn there, everyone. But I don't expect Orsaria to be the way she is. Like, the way, she handles things, and especially situations, is very surprising. And, you know, it does put me on a thought of, well, you know, I wonder what they'll do for the next tank, you know, because obviously, like, you'll see it here, how, you know, with Orsaria, I mean, a great Orsaria, and I'm not claiming to be a great Orsaria. I'm definitely not claiming to be a great Orsaria, but with great Orsaria, you'll see that she pretty much can just devastate enemies. I mean, literally devastate enemies, and, you know, and of course, you'll see that here. You'll see how, you know, we run in, and I run in like I am right here. And, you'll see how, you know, with that, holding position move, I'm not sure what she calls it, but you'll see that her armor got bolstered up, and that's what I believe it does. But, you know, but like I said, I mean, she's one of the most devastating, I guess you could say most devastating, tanks I've seen. I mean, the only other tank who can be this offensive is probably Deva. And you know how I talked about Deva. You know what I said about Deva. And, you know, I do believe that Deva is probably one of the only other few, you know, people in, you know, in Overwatch who can be quite as devastating. Now, you saw there, Deva launched off her ultimate. And normally, that would kill anybody, but for some reason, I have a belief, and I have a sneaky suspicion, that when Orsaria does a holding position, well, you know, I believe that Orsaria does technically, you know, bolster her armor and her defense, thus making her, much more powerful, at least in my belief. And, I believe that's what it's supposed to do. But, anyway, you'll see here how we boost her up, or I use my ultimate. And you'll see that this is probably one of the more devastating ultimates in the game. I mean, it literally boosters damage like crazy. I mean, you'll see it here how our damage just literally went off the roof, and we cleared out the area on this, you know, on this spot. And, you know, this is kind of where everything that could go right pretty much does go right for us. And, you know, and mostly this is because, of course, you know, at this point, I was in my groove. I was in my zone, and I literally just, you know, it was just literally me just, you know, holding the position, like, you know, and, you know, that's the one great thing about Orsaria that most people don't realize, is that she's not only devastating as a offensive, but she can be devastating as a tank. And you see here how we just basically pulled through on that. And, you know, that's the thing about it that just makes Orsaria such a, you know, different type of tank. A different type of character, of, you know, player, in a way. So, yeah. And, you know, and you'll see that here as we, you know, move forward into this final control. But unfortunately, you know, Orsaria just isn't as good as everyone thinks she is. Of course, she does have some greatness going forward, and, you know, she's a fun character to play as. She's great as a tank, but you gotta have all the team kind of right behind you. And as you'll see as we go into this last matchup, into this you know, pretty much this is a team that where everything that could go right when I was playing Orsaria did go right. But you'll see on the next match that everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. And, you know, you'll see how for me, Orsis just didn't have the power to just keep being devastating. And you'll see that as we go on to the next match. Like this match and this first round, you see us playing. I mean, it was pretty much a matchup of everything that could go right did go right. And, you know, and that was in a way perfect. You know, you could see that in a way that was pretty much perfect for me. So, you know, but of course everything that could have gone wrong in the next, but as we move on, you know, you'll see that in the second part of this video, or, well, not the second part of this video, but I guess the second half of this video, you'll see that the showcase pretty much goes from everything that could have gone right did go right to everything that was wrong, basically, did go wrong. So, you know, and that's the main thing, everybody, is that, you know, it's a case of, it's a funny case because it's like, you know, in many ways, what happened was just was basically just a bad situation in many ways. It was just a bad, course of action, but, you know, like I said, in this match, pretty much anything that could have gone right did go right, and anything that was going to maybe go wrong didn't, you know. So you know, at that point, you know, yeah, it was just that, you know. But yeah, I mean, here you'll see the devastation of this ultimate, and you can see how with Accurey's ultimate, I mean, it just pretty much rips apart, or Orsis, I guess you could say. It pretty much just rips apart everything. I mean, you know, and that's pretty much why, like I said, everything that could have gone right pretty much did go right here. And, you know, that's probably one of the greatest things about this showcase here for Accureye, is I get to show you pretty much a case of everything that does go right, you know, did or was going to go right, did go right. And I get to show you the second match being like that, everything that pretty much went wrong or could have gone wrong did go wrong. And, you know, like I said, Accureye, I mean, this is pretty much where she you know, plays her part in, you know, just being that devastating tank, you know. And, you know, like I said, that's why, you know, like I said, I really do like that. In this video, of course, I was able to show you a showcase of everything that could have gone right did go right, and everything that could have gone wrong pretty much did go wrong, you know. So, you know. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully you are enjoying this video as it is. I mean, you know. And with that, of course, being said, I mean, you know, yeah, these were most of my tips, and you can see here, just me showcasing just everything that's good about Accureye. I mean, you know, as Accureye, keep making sure you have that small shield to give you a small second or two of protection. And then after that, I mean, just take them down. I mean, Accureye mostly is all about rotating. It's all about rotating your, you know, rotating your abilities. I mean, if you get a chance to let down your shield, let down your small shield, that way it's basically refreshed. And then, you know, and then of course, you know, continue, you know, continue going on, you know, and, that's basically just it, you know, that's basically how you know, play Accureye. I mean, you know, this first match basically shows you everything good about Accureye, and, you know, everything you can do to make her, you know, make her, useful in many ways. But, yeah. So, I mean, moving on. We are now going to move on into the bad match, if you will. And you'll see what I mean by this was just a bad match. This is just a showcase of me showing you that everything that pretty much could have gone wrong did go wrong. And, you know, it just doesn't make me happy in some cases that this was pretty much in everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong, and yeah. So, you know, so as you'll see here, as we move into this match, you'll see here how, you know, how no matter what I did, it just was not going to go right. And I tried my best to really make it possible, to make it a probability that, you know, that in the end, we could have had something that was just, you know, that was just, you know, yeah, that was just, yeah, you know, just, you know, something that could have been, you know, good. But, I mean, you'll see here how we just had 3 tanks, and, you know, obviously I would normally switch out of my tank, but for the obvious reason of this video, and because we're talking about Orsis, I want to just continue to play Orsis, because, you know, like I said, it wouldn't make sense to me if I was switching characters and still talking about Orsis. So, you know, like I said, I find that this was probably a good showcase of pretty much everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong, and we just got wiped by a team that just was, I guess you could kind of say better prepared. So, yeah, I mean, you know. So, yeah, I mean, you know, you'll see it in here that everything that pretty much could have gone wrong at any degree did go wrong, and, yeah, that doesn't make me a very happy, camper in some ways, or, you know. I mean, let's face it. But let's face it, you know. That's just something that's seemed to happen, you know. So, yeah. And you'll see it here, how, you know, like this Bridget, who, I know I haven't talked about Bridget at all, but, you know, this Bridget basically really took full advantage of the situation. I mean, obviously this team knew that I was in no position able to hold off the line. I mean, in this case, I only had a few good teammates, and every time I tried to hold the line, every time I tried to push forward, you know, it's like my team was just not there. They were like, oh yeah, we're here, hi, over here, don't worry, we're here, we're helping you. But, I mean, you know, obviously, you can see here how just, you know, it was just so unfortunate. I mean, this was one of those situations where, like, for anyone, I mean, anyone who is just like, you know how it goes with bad teams. This is just one of those things where the team matchup was just so bad. I was frustrated. I mean, literally, I was frustrated. I mean, there's no better way to explain it other than the fact that I just got frustrated like heck on this, and, you know, and yeah, that's exactly just it, you know, and at the end of the day, that was exactly just it. Like, you know, it just was not going to go well. It did not bode well for the team, and it did not bode well for me. So, yeah, you know, but at the end of the day, I mean, you know, that's it, pretty much, I guess, exactly how it goes sometimes, you know? It's just like, this is just a showcase at this point of everything that could go wrong when you are playing a okay to good Orsis, to, just everything goes into left field, I guess, you know? So, yeah. So, yeah, you know, that's exactly it, you know? And it does just annoy me that this is just one of those times where, you know, like I said, everything that could go wrong did go wrong at the end of the day, and it was just, man, I just felt like so annoyed by it, you know? And, you know, I mean, that's just it. That's just what happened, you know? You know what I mean, you know? So, yeah. And, you know, like I said, I was trying my best. I tried my best here to make the best out of the situation. And, well, it just didn't work, you know. as I said, it just didn't work, you know. And that's probably the one thing that made this matchup and make why this second half or the second match that I'm showing you just so bad. You know, it was just like, ugh, man, why did it have to be, you know, like this? Because, you know, it's like, it's one of those situations you don't want to be in. If you can help it, you don't want to be in a situation like this where everything that could have gone wrong basically did go wrong, and the team just decided, oh, we're not going to do anything because, you know, we don't want to play with this team anymore. We don't want to fight. Like, you know, honestly, in my opinion, my team basically gave up. You could say that, in my opinion, my team basically was like, no, we're not going to play. We're going to give up. You know, and yeah, and you know, and of course there were situations for me where I was just like, yeah, okay, you know, I'm not doing exactly where I wasn't exactly where I was, but you know, but at the same time, like, you know, you see it here. But like I said, if you like this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, get subscribed. Hit that bell notification so you know when my next video is going to drop next, because I know you want to know when my next video drops next. If you want to see what shenanigans I'm doing competitively or just for fun live on Twitch, feel free to follow me on www.twitch.tv/Accureye. And yeah, I am live there on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. But thank you everyone once again for joining me on this video, watching this video. And until the next one, this is Accureye, signing out and saying farewell, everyone.